episode 2. Waiting for Mickey for episode 3. Is he going to be on episode 3?
Tech is right here.
Oh, okay. I don't see him.
I'm right here.
All I see is Nelson's big fat bowling fucking head. I don't see Tech face. Yeah, there he is. There he is.
There he is.
Fucking missed that guy's football head. Jesus Christ. Chris, what's going on in DC on the Firehead world?
Just dealing with all this bullshit.
Is there anything Corona related out there?
Yeah, we had 10 members. 10 members test positive. 141 members quarantined. So they're still coming in contact with patients that are testing positive.
Yeah. So what precautions are you guys taking?
None. They're just.
I
mean, they just touch people and they like kiss them on them.
No precautions whatsoever.
None.
No face masks.
None.
No giant condoms.
None.
Not a gut. Nope. It's good. It's good, man. That is good.
No, we're taking the right precautions, and we have a COVID-19 bag with all the PPE in there.
In TechFall's political, what do you call it? Bureaucratic words. The department is taking the proper procedures to handle the situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I texted TechFall on March 12th. I'm like, hey man, how's things with you in the department? He goes, the department is taking the proper procedures to handle it. I'm like, dude, how's it going, man? Like, what's going on? What's up with you? And he's like, oh, I'm good, dude. Haven't been working overtime. I'm like, I don't need your bureaucratic, scripted response to the fucking media.
He's starting to shake some hands, man. Hopefully with no COVID on him, but some important political hands.
The department is taking measures to handle it with the proper procedures and technicalities that are the technological bullshits of the fucking.
Chris is fucking shit up. I love it, man. Love it. Love it. Fucking shit up. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I heard Hogan is putting the kibosh on these social gatherings, man. He wants to put an end to it.
Yeah. Who's your governor? Or is it governor of governor of a state?
No, it's a mayor.
So it's Mayor Hogan, right?
No. Mayor Bowser.
Mayor Bowser of what?
DC.
Right. So it's Mayor Hogan of Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Governor Hogan.
Is that of a state?
Yeah.
Oh, because DC it's basically it's not really.
We don't have a governor. DC doesn't have a governor. We have a mayor.
Because it's a city, but it's also a district. It's
a district.
Yeah. All right.
So it's not like usually a city would be part of a state. Like like Chicago is a city of Illinois. But there's a
Mayor Bowser of DC, but Governor Hogan of Maryland. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mayor Marion Barry. He would have
exactly.
He would have cracked down on this coronavirus real quick. He would have cracked down on this joint real quick.
He probably would have.
He would have cracked down on this joint real quick.
But
I get it.
Only old heads like us, man, would know what I'm talking about. All right, so Mixie.
I want to hear about the stocks and what's going on with the stocks.
Mixie, what's going on with what's going on with the sales? Let's start with that.
Are we recording?
I've been recording for like 10 minutes.
Do you want me to turn this meeting off for fuck's sake?
Or mute it? I don't care what you do, Holmes. Whatever you want to do.
Hey Mickey, I got $20 to put in the stock market. Where am I going with this 20 to put in the stocks?
Let me tell you where you need to put that hard-earned money right there.
Right back in your wallet.
Right back in your wallet.
Or under your mattress.
It would have been good if you had bought Tesla the other day because it was at 420 and now it's back at like 590.
No, people are
basically
buying Teslas again.
Well, the stock dropped, so it went up to like 800 like a few months ago, and then it dropped back down to like 390 or 380 or something earlier because of the pandemic. So it's basically like half off, like last week. But then you got oil. Then you got airplanes, like airline industry. That shit's all 300%, 200% down right now because no one's flying.
So I was telling TechFall right now, JCPenney and Chesapeake Energy must buy right now.
Chesapeake is always one that people buy up and down multiple times a year. It's a good one for energy if you're gonna play. But that's gambling, man. That's straight up gambling.
Compared to what? Going to casino?
Index funds are like the safe bet. Index funds.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean that's where I put most of my money.
That's where that's what your portfolio is rocking. That oh shit. I just dropped. Is that where your portfolio is at right now?
I mean, it's a mix, but for right now, yeah, that's where
it's a safe bet. Tell us a little about index funds.
It just basically it follows the index. So overall, the stock market just goes like this over hundreds of years, right? So for the last 100 years, every 10 years it'll drop, and then it'll go back up, and then 10 years it'll drop. But overall, it just keeps doing this.
So index funds follows the index.
It follows the indexes, yeah.
So what's a good index fund to get into?
I'm going to do a whole episode on investing and give out like 5 stock tips then. So you'll have to...
Yeah, like the JT Marlin stock tips?
I mean, just anything. I have no idea who the fuck that is. Who the fuck is that?
Don't ever take TechFall serious, man. The only thing you can...
from Boiler Room, that shop they're working out of.
Oh, okay.
JT Marlin.
The only thing you can take TechFall serious on is that DC is taking the measures and protocols necessary to perform its duties within this situation that they're in.
This pandemic.
There he is.
Oh yeah.
My Woo. My Woo clan ain't nothing to fuck with. My Woo clan ain't nothing to fuck with. All right. So Chris, what were you saying about the toilet paper fiasco?
I was talking about a lot about the toilet paper fiasco. Which one do you want to hear?
Do people really need all this toilet paper, though?
Exactly. Do they?
Yo, it's fucking panic. It's people fucking losing their shit and thinking they're gonna shit everywhere because somebody said the symptom is diarrhea.
Dude, the symptom is not diarrhea, dude. It's shortness of breath and flu-like symptoms.
There's a lot, though.
I hear diarrhea, dude.
I hear there's like, everybody's getting like a different version of it.
Dude, they're either a chronic masturbator or they have explosive diarrhea. If you're buying fucking 40 rolls of toilet paper, dude. You know what I'm saying?
So they don't.
Like, I would have more respect for if you told me straight up, dude. I'm a fucking chronic masturbator. I need all this toilet paper. I would be like, okay, I respect that. Go ahead, proceed.
In case you were wondering what the situation is in the DC Fire Department, it's a lot of chronic masturbation.
Dude, if you're telling me that you're jerking off 5 times a day, I would have a little bit more respect.
So what you're telling me is that one of the symptoms for coronavirus is not explosive diarrhea. So the reason why they're buying all this toilet paper is because they're chronic masturbators.
Exactly.
Either that or they just had a kid and they can't have sex with their wife yet, and they're chronic masturbators temporarily.
Dude, if I was gonna double down on any stock, I'd double down on Pornhub right now. Stock is through the roof right now.
What about Zoom? Everybody's on Zoom.
Everybody's on Zoom, dude.
They did jump like 26% last week.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. Could have made a cool 25.
Dude, they're gonna have that stadium built like next year.
To Pornhub?
Pornhub.
The Pornhub,
Yeah.
Pornhub Arena.
Yeah, Pornhub Arena.
And Zoom Arena.
I have no idea where TechFall is getting his information from.
Dude, stock tips, man. I'm getting it from everywhere.
You're getting it from all the fucking heroin overdoses. They're all giving you fucking stock tips.
So clearly relationships are at like a detrimental risk these days.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so Don, tell me how the dating world going with this pandemic.
It's Zoom meets.
I mean, is that where you're having your relationship? Coffee dates are becoming Zoom meets, where you get a cup of coffee from your kitchen, and you
a little bit of tea,
like you're having a coffee date online.
Dude,
a little bit of tea, some biscuits.
Tinder is all like FaceTime meets right now.
Take that from the married man who just had a kid.
Glenn, you would know about this.
No. Hold on. In my defense, don't.
He's
start,
like, all my single friends.
No.
We are all your single friends.
Don't start putting some dumb shit on the fucking internet right now. Don't fuck me up right now, dude. Melissa told me that some of her friends who will remain anonymous are on Tinder still, OkCupid, Hinge, whatever the fuck new app is out, and they're doing like these FaceTime initial meets because the fucking pandemic.
The pandemic is putting the kibosh.
The kibosh
meeting at Starbucks.
No, I actually think
they're not, but they're doing FaceTime meets now.
I think it's better. better.
So they're on FaceTime.
Dude, you know what? I think they should meet like 12 feet away from each other.
No, they're not doing that. They're on FaceTime. They meet on FaceTime. They both take their temperature, and then they show the thermometer. And if it's below 99 degrees, 98 degrees, 98 something degrees, then like, okay, I'll meet you at wherever the fuck, or you can come over and just bang me real quick or whatever. I don't know how it works anymore.
But how do you know if they don't? How do you know if they got the COVID?
They took the temperature. That's like the start.
What if they're harboring symptoms, or they're asymptomatic?
What if they're harboring symptoms other than a temperature, other than a fever?
Sure.
Then go to a fucking hospital.
Don't do that. That's the one thing you shouldn't do if you have no symptoms.
If you have no symptoms, don't go to a hospital.
Yeah, because they're gonna be fucking overloaded here soon.
Oh, of course. But like, yes, agreed. 1 out of 10 can be a carrier and not infected. I agree. Maybe that's not
what you're talking about. One out of 10 can be a carrier but not infected. If you're a carrier, you're infected.
Okay, technically speaking, yes, but not. What do you call it?
Transmission?
No. You can be so if you're a carrier, technically yes, you're infected, but you can be a carrier and never be
and not have symptoms.
Never have symptoms, never suffer from it, never die from it. But you can be a carrier.
We're all gonna be carriers, bro. The whole freaking planet's going to be a carrier, just like the flu.
I can't wait because, yes, this is basically, yes, like you're saying. Me and Mickey talked about this 2 nights ago. Yes, you can. This is basically the next flu plus. This is just a flu. It's just
a different strand.
But yes, and we were talking about this too, Tech. This is just a flu. This is just like I don't want to call it a super flu because that has like.
So this is what it is. Technically, it's called zoonosis, which is the process of viruses transferring from animal to human.
So why the fuck didn't they call it zoonosis instead of corona? Because it killed Corona, the beer. And I don't like that. I don't go to zoos. They can call it zoonosis for all I give a shit.
Also, why do you care about Corona, the company?
Because I like beer.
You can still get it.
No, I don't want to drink it.
Why not?
Because it's called Corona.
But it's Corona has something to do with
I'm sorry, they fucked it. They ruined it.
You can't help Americans with that, man. Toilet paper and Corona. What are you gonna do?
Toilet paper and Corona Extra, dog. Corona Light or Corona Extra?
Modelo's, motherfucker. There is no Corona, man.
IPA, dog. IPA. Loose cannon, double cannon, double
Dude,
IPA.
the EDM videos that came out on fucking viral are fucking amazing.
Like what? I haven't seen anything.
You haven't seen anything?
No, man.
Where the guys are in hazmat suits?
Pull it up. Oh, actually, I did see that one. That's the one I saw. Yeah, actually. That was pretty funny.
Like Daft Punk, instead of wearing helmets, they got hazmat suits? Or
Chris, pull that thing up, man. Pull it up on the...
I don't know how to operate this thing, man. I was like, he can pull it up.
All right, yeah, I'll pull it up. What's it called?
It's hazmat suits and EDM. I don't know. You can Google it.
Yeah, he's right. Those are the keywords.
And he's got a Corona Extra, like, case of beer right next to him. And again, there's 3 of them. And 2 guys are in the background drinking Corona Extra. And one guy is like, every time he turns the bottle of hand sanitizer.
EDM hazmat suit Corona.
Yeah, coronavirus.
EDM hazmat suit.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
I'm seeing all your stuff, dude. Be careful.
I know it was on Instagram.
Can't spell hazmat suit, can I? That's definitely not it.
No, that's not it. There was 3 guys in there.
It's on Facebook.
All right. Stop sharing your screen. Stop sharing your screen. You're on your iPad, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're on your iPad. Okay. That's fine. So it's on Facebook, you said?
I'm going to get it on
I've
Facebook.
had it on Instagram.
I don't know.
It was on Instagram.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. But anyway. Any hoops. Any hops. Fat people are going to try to blame this whole pandemic for staying fat.
Dad bods. Like I told you, dad bods are in.
I somehow lost weight. Hazmat workout. God damn.
That guy's fit, man, boy.
That's me, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh, did you finally clear out your dad's fucking... That does look like your sliding glass door.
Hell yeah.
You finally cleaned out that TV room?
Yeah, it's that whole room. It's just a workout room now.
All right, I'll wait for you to find it. Oh, you're done? All right. I'll be right back. Hey, fuck. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to pause.
Cranberry grape caffeine-free energy.
Caffeine.
Bro, listen.
Caffeine-free excess.
Yeah, there's a caffeine-free one. They sent me one by accident.
What the fuck is the point of that?
It's still got a ton of B6.
That's like caffeine. That's like caffeine-free. That's like decaf coffee.
It's got 4,900.
This is what I want to know.
B12.
This is what I want to know. Why would anybody ever drink diet caffeine-free Coke? Diet caffeine-free Coke is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
It's not Coke.
Just get seltzer water. Just drink seltzer water. Drink LaCroix or Vintage.
Why would you 5,000% of B12? It gives you energy, natural energy for old fucks like us.
Touche, motherfucker. Touche.
Yeah.
Diet Coke and vodka, my friend.
Dude, you can clean your toilet bowl with that shit. I'm not putting that shit in my fucking.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, it's what you end up getting when you're in fucking quarantine, and it's the only thing left on the shelf.
You drink Coke all year round, man. You and John Wayne, man, just guzzling Coke.
Where's TechFall?
No idea.
So, should we wait for TechFall to come back?
I have so much shit, dude, that I need to be doing. Like, this is crazy.
There he is. All right. So now that TechFall's back, and we all have our drinks, and we all have our beverages, and our vibations and everything. So you just watched something? Mickey, what'd you watch?
I just watched a couple. It's funny. Somebody recommended that I watch The Hunters with Al Pacino. It's a Netflix original or Hulu.
Okay.
Which totally expected it to be like something a little bit more like serious tone, and totally turned out to be like this Tarantino-esque kind of like, you know, retro, like ass kissing version of like Nazi killing, which is like, it's so great, but it's so unexpected. But like, I could totally see why it's such a cult classic now.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, man, real good.
But it's based on a true story, right?
I don't think any of it. Like I literally watched it with like
50-50
like older, and like he was like, "Man, this is so degrading." I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, like there's some artistic value here you just can't appreciate. It's not historically like contextual in any way, but it's trying to make like superheroes out of like little Jewish kids who are like, oh, the Holocaust, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing."
It's still good though. Is it good?
I think it's as close as you're gonna get to like a Marvel movie for like that serious of a subject.
For Nazi hunting?
For Nazi hunters. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a fucking Nazi scalp.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, you been watching anything good recently?
At work, they've been binge watching a lot of these old episodes of Breaking Bad. So
Breaking Bad.
They have that going on nonstop at work. So the guys at work been binge watching it. So I've been partaking in a little binge watching because they've gone through 3 different shows that they were watching. They were watching Homeland, and then they were watching Narcos. And now they're on the Breaking Bad. So I kind of binge watch what they watch kind of thing.
Breaking Bad's pretty legendary, right? You like it?
Yeah, just kind of watching these old shows that got discontinued or finished up in the past. So yeah, it's a classic show. So it's been fun. I haven't watched Breaking Bad in a long time, so it's kind of fun going back and watching all the episodes because Breaking Bad's classic.
So did you finish all of Breaking Bad?
I finished watching Breaking Bad, but we're on season 4 right now.
It's funny. So it's funny you mentioned Breaking Bad because I just watched El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie about Jesse. Did you see that? Yeah. So that was really good. That's a great little follow-up about some loose ends. They're trying to tie up some loose ends with Breaking Bad.
So, but I haven't seen. I wanted to start watching Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul's phenomenal
because they just came out with a new episode.
Dope ass show, bro.
New season.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I'll admit, I don't keep up with things as they come out. I binge watch them on Netflix, and so Netflix is like, what, 6 months behind, maybe?
So I think Better Call Saul is on AMC, I believe.
It is. It's just like Breaking Bad was, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you guys seen this Mark Wahlberg Post Malone movie they got on Netflix now?
Spencer Confidential was fucking
Yeah, we
dope,
were talking about that in the last episode.
That was a really good movie.
Okay, I gotta watch
the opening scene is the best. That fight scene in the opening of the movie.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Nice.
No, it was good. It was good.
Glenn, what the fuck is going on with this this new promotion you got running on with the Shining on your picture page?
So basically,
yeah, let's talk about that.
So it's this little
Let's talk about that.
I mean, dude, you have a whole episode.
Bring me a Nazi scale.
I'm like, what's going on?
So it's funny you mention that. Because basically bullshit, yada yada yada. Basically, dude, I'm sure I'm not the only one going through Shining complex. First off, I watched The Shining like a couple of weeks ago as this whole pandemic quarantine thing came about, and I was like, cannot let this happen to me. I'm bringing a baby boy home. I know I'm going to start losing my mind, just like Jack Nicholson was losing his mind. So you can't let that happen. And I figured, kind of like take snippets from the movie, rewrite it in such a way that it fits in perfectly with this fucking pandemic, with this whole quarantine, with furlough, stocking up on food, start losing your mind, working from home, bullshit, wife and baby boy. It fits in perfectly, man.
Becoming a chronic masturbator.
Getting gas for like under $2, chronic masturbation, and The Shining.
Tinder dates on fucking
FaceTime.
On Zoom.
SquadCAST.
So
this is what you tuned in for. If you're watching this,
Zombie SquadCAST. Talking a bunch of horse shit.
Hey, but liquor stores are still essential.
That's what everybody keeps talking about is liquor stores. I think there's going to be riots. And when there's going to be riots, I think the first thing people are going to do is start stealing liquor. You heard it here first.
Well, I think Detroit would riot first.
I think Chicago, Detroit, definite culprits. Some maybe like
I don't think they're going to riot. I don't think anybody's going to riot. Are they going to riot in hazmat suits? Because the rioters still don't want to touch other people and be around other people and get sick. No one's rioting, dude.
But like rioting doesn't have to be like this loud. Like rioting could be like a few dudes just going out and robbing a liquor store randomly on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it could start off real small.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Touche, mon frère.
Because the rioters, when it happened in Baltimore, there were some young ass kids. That's how it started.
Did you ever see the video?
There were legitimate protesters. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And they were out there protesting, but the people causing havoc were these young ass kids that started vandalizing shit. And those were the ones that were causing problems.
Did you ever see the video during the Baltimore? Let me see it. Let's see if I can pull it up. So they're like during the Baltimore riots, this kid was like rioting, right? Destroying shit. And his mom comes out of nowhere
and slaps the shit out of him.
And starts slapping the shit out of him. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, because that went viral real quick.
Yep. Here we go. All right, so let's see. Mom disciplines son for taking part in riots. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a top right there.
Yep. Beating that kid's ass.
Your video is not streaming well.
You don't see my video?
It's starting to get a little better.
Hold on. She goes running.
Mickey promoting all his shit. Mickey's got like a billboard in the background. Mickey, what do you got there? What are you selling?
All kinds of immunity packs and bundles.
It's got the bundle for just $70.
Mm-hmm. You know it. Oracle Health. IG coming soon.
You see her just smacking the shit out of this dude.
Oh, this is today?
No, this was during the Baltimore riots. This was like 5-6 years ago.
Why did Baltimore riot? Just because
they're
broke? Why did it happen?
Yeah, what set that whole thing into event?
The death of Freddie Gray set the whole thing off. When the cops had Freddie Gray in the back of the paddy wagon, Freddie Gray was requesting for medical assistance,
and he died back there.
And they denied him medical assistance, and the cops didn't go. As speaking from somebody that works with police, fire, and law enforcement, I can tell you this: that they did not follow proper protocols.
As far as strapping him in, they did not do a good job, and I think
he requested medical assistance, and they did not grant him medical assistance. And he was actually having a medical emergency in the back of the paddy wagon. They did not have him strapped down properly either, so that's how he ended up dying. And then it ended up being an uproar.
He suffocated.
Everybody went into fucking like pandemonium, pretty much.
Well, he suffocated, right?
I mean, he basically had a medical emergency in the back.
What was his medical emergency?
I'm not clear of what his medical emergency
that could have been
was,
anything.
But he was having some type of medical emergency, and he stated that he was requesting EMS services, and they denied him EMS services. And the fact that they didn't have him properly, they didn't have him properly restrained in the back of the paddy wagon also contributed to whatever medical emergencies what he was having at the time.
Right.
So that's what caused the uproar, and that's what stemmed from the riots.
Right.
Because there was protesters, and then there was those juveniles that caused most of the damage.
So
but a lot of the people were there for a peaceful protest.
Started off, yeah.
Those kids took advantage.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives
Matter. Try to make a peaceful protest, yeah.
Exactly.
But you always have the guys there that are like out to make a buck, take advantage of something, yeah.
Yeah, and they took advantage of a situation that was, that was under fire, pretty much.
Right.
So the kids and the juveniles took advantage of it by like damaging property and looting and rioting, basically.
Right. Yeah.
But that had nothing to do with the protesters. The protesters were there for Black Lives Matter.
There's protesters and then there's rioters.
Police brutality.
It's two different things. Protesters and rioters.
Yeah. There was protesters there and there were rioters.
Right.
There was two separate categories.
Yeah. So in regards to what we're going on now, so the Senate passes $2 trillion coronavirus relief package in effort to address economic trauma caused by the pandemic. $2 trillion coronavirus relief package.
Yeah, so they're going to be writing $1,200 checks to every taxpayer. So if you file taxes in 2019, then you'll receive a $1,200 check automatically. Like I've already filed for 2019. I already did my taxes for this year, but they extended it all the way out into July. So anybody that paid taxes will get a $1,200 check. Like they're not just giving homeless people on the street $1,200.
When did you do taxes though?
This past year.
What year is it?
What month?
I did them in January.
Yeah, so did I. So I did my taxes, I think, the end of January or the beginning of February.
So you'll automatically get a check back for 12
So we both count.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to get your check in one lump sum. I heard it's going to be split up into two, some 600, and it's going to be one at sometime in May and another one sometime in April or something.
I mean, that makes sense because they probably have to go by a budget, what they can budget out for that year.
I can get a shitload of Ghiblis for $1,200, my friend.
Well, Glenn, you're in a unique position because you got a kid now, so you'll be able to get an extra 500 for the kid.
And an extra 600 for the vodka?
Right.
You invest stock in vodka?
I should.
For the kid. Exactly.
I should, because you're just going to turn right around back into the vodka.
This guy likes vodka.
He's got the millionaire mindset. Vodka all day.
He's stressed out, man. The coronavirus has got him stressed.
Look, if I were you, I would turn the kid into an asset and get that kid selling lemonade on the street within 6 months as soon as possible, man. If possible. Get that kid working, man.
The only thing that he can say right now is
find a YouTube channel that'll pay you for that. It's good content.
Hey, that sounds like Glenn after like a half a fifth of vodka. Remember Towson days?
Not well.
As a matter of fact, I do not. Yeah, I don't think Glenn does either.
Dude, Glenn tried to return back to Towson University, but he was like 40. That shit did not work out for him well.
As an alumnus?
Dude, I wasn't even 40, bro. I was like 32. And I was like on my hands and knees. It wasn't a good look at all. So TechFall, how would you say your life is impacted right now by this quarantine? Like as of let's say the last 72 hours, the last 3 days, you're still employed, you're still working, so you're not. Yeah, so you're not necessarily.
So I mean, it hasn't affected me in that way. Like actually, I mean, work-wise has been a little bit different, and the mass amounts of emails that they've been sending out, and and all that has changed. But we're still coming to work and doing our job, as always. So that hasn't changed. The overtime has increased. The opportunities to work overtime is, like I said, there's like 150 people on quarantine right now, and they got 10 infected members. So that might change even further if more members are infected, like after they do testing. I mean, we could be switching from 4 platoons to 3 platoons, so we'll be working 24 hours on, then 2 days off. So 24 hours on, 48 off. So that could.
So you're losing the fucking day off.
Possibly. Maybe.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it could slice into another platoon getting sliced.
Right.
I mean, if it continues to be this way, and we can't fill those positions with overtime, which they're just going to have to make a separate budget. But I mean, that's out of my hands. That's out of my pay grade.
Right.
I mean, that's on the fire chief and the mayor's level at this point. Or shit, it might even be at the presidential level to make that determination.
Sure.
I don't think Agent Orange is going to have any hand in that decision whatsoever.
I mean, because that's a pretty significant decision to make, the switch from 4 platoons to 3 platoons and cut like an entire platoon out. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. I mean, but I'm going to continue.
I think your job is in a lot better position than a lot of private corporate.
Yeah, a lot of private corporations are being affected by this. small business owners are being infected by this, or
hopefully not infected by this.
I mean, not infected, but affected by the whole coronavirus. Like people are losing a lot of money. They're going out of business because of this. Like the bars and restaurants are struggling. Like they're trying to just keep their head above water just by getting support from the local community. So it's important to support your local businesses in your area. I mean, because they're hurting right now. A lot of people depend on that. I mean, the barbershops are hurting too. Like everybody's hurting.
My haircut is fucking hurting right now.
Everyone's haircut's hurting, bro.
My haircut's hurting right now.
Not essential.
Like,
non-essential service.
Who cares? Nobody's dating right now anyway.
I'm married, so
especially not Nelson.
He's a married guy. He's a married man.
What about you, Mickey? How's your life impacted right now?
Can we stop saying the word infected in general? Because
how is your life impacted right now by this?
So
no one doing shit. Everyone's locked up, quarantined, yada yada.
So a lot of I mean, Chris, you're in a good position, man. I feel like this is the best time to be in the public sector is when shit like this goes down. So you're probably not gonna. You might have less overtime hours, which obviously cuts into pay a little bit. But for me, I mean, I lost a client, but I mean, I'll pick another client back up within a week and a half of losing it. But mostly, it's really good for me because I can work with my client. I'm in higher demand because most people are scared to even go out and see clients and work with them. So I don't mind doing it. I mean, the clients that I have are, either medical professionals or, people that like just have a tendency of keeping their house really, really clean and stuff. And, like disinfected and all that just by nature of who they are. So I spend a few hours at a client's house and I'm done and go right back home. And I don't do much else as a result of the coronavirus, but happy to be working 24/7 anyway. So I'm gravy. Nothing's really changed for me.
You gravy?
I'm like grits over here, man. Some taters. Hell yeah. Gravy, man. Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I'm still home. I'm trying to do a podcast from home. I'm trying to edit and write from home, taking care of the baby from home.
You're furloughed.
Now let me ask you a question.
I wouldn't say I'm furloughed because I'm full-time freelance.
That's what it says on Dead On Pictures.
Certainly not furloughed.
That's what the content says.
I'm definitely fucked.
The content, according to The Shining, on Dead On Pictures IG, says otherwise. So
furloughed. Episode 7 of the Shining coronavirus micro series is furloughed. Okay.
They're gonna cut you a check, a big one.
No, who is?
Jack Nicholson.
Donald Trump's gonna give you a check. He's gonna be like, "How much you need, Glenn?"
I paid taxes, so maybe I'll get a check. But
say how much you need. I can front you.
I need $2,000 a month.
I can front you, Glenn.
During the fucking pandemic, so
you're not getting that. I can tell you that.
Glenn, just bark a number. Hey, Glenn.
Yeah.
Just say to Donald Trump. Donald Trump be like, just bark me a number.
$4,000 a month.
Just
what
say
are you,
what
Senate
you need.
Democrat, dude?
It's like the mob. Just say what you need, and I got you.
Freaking hippies, $4,000 a month. What are you gonna do with $4,000 a month? Diapers? Baby formula?
I heard babies are cheap though.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Who the fuck told you that?
Compared to like a fucking 14-year-old.
Glenn, what you need to do is start a diaper business so you can fucking make money.
A 14-year-old can get a fucking job. I worked when I was 13. I worked when I was 13.
Dude, nobody's working when they're 14 years old anymore, dude. I'm sorry. Those days have sailed.
What are you talking about? I bet kids are going to start working at like 12 and 11 soon.
Dude, bullshit.
After this pandemic,
look, man, let me tell you something. The economy is not going to be in a great place. Even this thing dies down in 6 to 8 weeks. It's still going to be the entire manufacturing world of China and the entire small business of America and corporate America have slowed down to a halt.
Nobody is ordering shit from China anymore. And
you don't realize
because of the fear factor. It's because of the fear factor. It's not because of like it's not because of like actuals.
Fear factor.
It's the fear factor. And people are not going to fucking order shit from fucking China anymore, dude. And so the problem is, you're absolutely right. U.S. is going to be like, we're not fucking taking jack shit from overseas anymore. We need to start manufacturing our own shit because we don't want foreign countries shipping. And I'm not saying this is factual. I'm saying this is fear factor. We don't want foreign countries shipping shit into our country with germs on it. And so
you got your pharmaceuticals.
You're going to have fucking pharmaceuticals. You're going to have manufacturing. You're going to have retail. You're going to have products.
Clothing is going to be delayed.
Made in USA.
Food shortages.
Made in USA again, as far as USA goes. Made in Italy for Italians. Made in China for Chinese. Made in Japan for Japanese. Made in America. Made in the USA for Americans.
Yeah.
Because they don't want these germs shipped to us. Now, that's going to be the next year or two. And then the chances are it's going to go right back to the way it was before. The world famous Chinese American flag. You know what the Chinese American flag is, right? The American flag that people buy and hang on their front porch. If you look at the tag, it says "Made in China." The Chinese American flag, brother.
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
Think about it. You go to anybody that has American flag hanging on their front porch. You go look at the little tag on the flag. It'll say "Made in China." We can't even make American flags here, Holmes. But we will. Mickey made a good fucking point.
It's going to mess up a lot.
Adidas is made in Indonesia. Do you know that? How un-American is that?
But Adidas was never American from the get-go. Was Adidas always American?
As far as I know.
We have them, but I mean...
But Indonesia?
Dude, Americans love Prada and Gucci, but that's not American. Nike, I think, is American, though. And I think Reebok is. But Adidas, isn't that like somewhere else?
Yeah, apparently it's made in Indonesia.
Look, sure it is. Everything is made, like parts for the iPhone are made elsewhere. Like every little thing that we put in every other thing is made from somewhere else. So the entire supply chain, like you're going to see like little gaps in stores everywhere you go. I love how we're sitting outside the bathroom while this guy takes piss. Everything that like you would normally expect to be on the shelves is one, going to get disrupted, two, get slowed down, and three, we're just not going to
Adidas is German.
Some of the stuff. Adidas is German. Okay.
Adidas is German.
I want to say that it's an American company, Adidas.
No, it's German. It's founded by a German.
But isn't it a German-American or a German?
German.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Reebok. Reebok is English. Nike.
I'm going to start going back to wearing British Knights.
You like the Nikes?
Nike is American.
British Knights.
Nike is American out of Oregon. Yep.
Nice.
Gucci.
Italy.
Italy, obviously. Italy.
It's obviously, yeah, obviously.
Tuscany, Italy, Florence, Tuscany, to be exact.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, there you go. So, TechFall, with this shut-in, this pandemic, this quarantine, have you produced any music? How's the music production going with you?
It's going well.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that short answer. How about you there?
Putting a lot of time and effort into it.
Oh,
Gives
okay.
me a lot of time to focus on what I need to focus on. And, I think a lot of people are going, the music right now is all going virtual. So they're having a lot of virtual sets now because a lot of these EDM shows have been shut down. I mean, that's a good concept that you came up with when you were talking about the music, because it has affected a lot of the music. All the shows have been canceled or postponed to later dates.
See, it's
like all
funny
the
you
EDM
that.
shows have been postponed. Like these huge shows, like Ultra music festivals.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's one of the biggest EDM shows in the springtime. And then you have EDC Las Vegas. So I think that's been postponed or pushed back to a later date. So that it's all going virtual.
For the last 5 years, though, Dead Mouse has been twitching. Avicii was twitching. Live streaming sets. He was what he would be doing at Coachella or Ultra or Ibiza or whatever the fuck. Dead Mouse, Avicii, Dave Guetta were all doing it on Twitch, live streaming their sets. And so now there's gonna be a huge influx with that for the next 6 months.
So that's what they're doing now. They've already have
been doing that. But the big names have been doing that.
No, but they're actually putting out a lineup and putting all these DJs down and then saying a virtual set in place of these EDM shows.
And it's funny you mention that to not jump off too much of a different tangent. But you and I were supposed to go to GalaxyCon in March in Richmond to film cosplayers for the Rose Gallery and Sinister Infinite. We were supposed to go to GalaxyCon, but they canceled it obviously for the quarantine and the pandemic. And they did GalaxyCon. They live streamed GalaxyCon for free on YouTube. They live streamed GalaxyCon. They're postponing AwesomeCon. AwesomeCon was supposed to be in May, and they're postponing it to December. But they've been They live streamed GalaxyCon, which was supposed to be in Richmond, and they live streamed MegaCon. All these Comic Cons because normally, long story short, all these Comic Cons, and then they kind of expanded into like AwesomeCon and GalaxyCon and yada yada yada, where you have comic book shops selling comic books, because that's really what the New York Comic Con was. It was just an expo to sell comic books. Other vendors started buying tables, selling their product. And then they were like, hey, let's go get Stan Lee to show up at this Comic Con and to promote Marvel Comics. Let's go get somebody from DC to show up and make an appearance and sign comic books to sell more comics. And then it turned into like what Comic Cons are now, where you got movie premieres, you have cosplayers, you have all these huge fucking different events and venues and things of that nature. But the big thing was then you started getting like guest stars from Walking Dead and Farscape and X-Files and whatever the fuck. And so now what they're doing is they're live streaming all these guest panels. They're live streaming it now because they can't actually have the con. And so, I mean, AwesomeCon obviously postponed it to December, but GalaxyCon, they had all these wrestlers, because GalaxyCon also did wrestling. They did wrestling, they did comics, they did sci-fi, fantasy. Dude, they had like all these wrestlers live streaming their appearances. They had comic book writers live streaming their appearances, stuff like that. So whatever. But like you said, man, but going back to the EDM artists are fucking twitching now, dude. And what would be even doper is if they zoomed it and they had 1,000 people joining the meeting, dancing in their living room, dancing in their basement. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, if it lasts any longer, it probably will come to that.
Yeah.
You know?
A virtual concert where everybody is like joining the Zoom meeting, joining the group online streaming themselves, joining in, dancing, chilling, you know.
Yeah, I think it's just somebody in their living room or their studio, whatever the case may be, wherever they're performing at is going to be the virtual set.
You have to you have to like think outside the box, take advantage of the situation you're in, and say, look, I'm just trapped in the house. What can I do trapped in the house? What about you, Mickey? I mean, how is this impacting your music production or your sales with your online store?
So
as of March 25th, or what is it?
Yeah.
March 26th. I'm sorry, today's March 26th.
As of 13 minutes ago, it's March 26th, right? So I do a lot of selling online, which is great. And
clearly you're not impacted by that.
That's not impacted, but a big part of selling product, even with e-commerce, is still, in my business, going out and talking to people and going out and putting up flyers, you know, doing one-to-one like meetings with people. So all that's come to a complete stop. So there is none of that going on. So back to the, you know, internet world and focusing on e-commerce again is the push, and a lot of the LinkedIn stuff, like you can still do it. You can't meet people in person, but you can set up Zoom calls. So when you network on LinkedIn, you'll just have to not ever meet them in person at a coffee shop or, you know, out in public, but online. But I mean, ultimately it's, to me, this is just like everybody that's ever wanted like a pause to like slow down and not fucking watch TV and not fucking sit around. And, you know, we're all so busy most of the time with work. And Chris' situation might not be this way, but, you know, just to have the opportunity to know that the entire world, the 85%, are doing the same thing, which is ordering out food, going to pick it up, and sitting on the couch. Now, while everyone's doing that, the other 15% are going to start ramping it up, and they're going to start thinking, all right, when this shit dies down, what do I have to have in place in the next 6 months? You know, step by step to get to a place where when this thing clears, that I have an opportunity to really springboard whatever it is, you know, that I'm involved in. So for me, I'm looking at this like, you know, everything I've fallen behind in the last 6 months, I'm definitely going to catch up in probably a month. I mean, my work is mostly unaffected, so maybe like 3 months, but for all those people who are just like fucked or furloughed or just like have to wait for a check or can't go to work or working from home, that's a level of insanity I can't imagine for people with kids. But if you're single, like, you definitely have every opportunity to just max out on reading, max out on investing, max out on, you know, building a business plan for the next 3 to 6 months, and, you know, do research for the first 2 to 3 months and figure out, you know, things that you wouldn't just normally have time for, you know? So this is like such a wonderful opportunity. Like, I've been waiting for my first down market turn to capitalize on, and this is it. And I feel like this is gonna be like the best growth opportunity for me that I've ever had, personally. So I'm stoked.
Okay. I dig that, man. I dig that. I mean, just taking advantage. I mean, it's a cliche, making lemons out of lemonade, you know, like, fuck, man, there's no bar. There's nowhere to go. There's no physical job. There's no physical location to go to do a job. What do I do? Now, luckily for me, you know, I've got all these little side projects that the three of us are co-producing together. You know, Rogues Gallery, Sinister Infinite, Zombie Squad, SquadCAST. You know, all the little simple funny shit that we put on, you know, TikTok and Instagram and things of that nature to further build, you know, the side brands, the extra brands, the pillar content that we're trying to put together. We can't travel. I mean, I do trust the two of you to like still meet you in person to do this, that, and the other thing, but maybe we shouldn't, but we could still pull something off now, online, streaming wise.
There's nothing wrong with meeting people as long as you know where people are going. I know for me, I'm not going anywhere but work, and I might go to the store.
But I'm not gonna. But I know Chris. But I know Chris is around all the crackheads with the COVID, so I don't want to touch him. I wouldn't touch Chris with his own dick. So
cool. Well, speaking of that, not touching Chris with his own dick, I definitely want to try to get both you guys to do like a little bit of a video of shaving with the shaving cream or something, and just let me use it for socials because yeah, be good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Testimonials, you know, like a before and after, like your hairy fucking mug face in the morning, and then clean shaven, ready to go to work. DC Fire Chris space, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting that you put that out because they just changed the shaving policy in the District of Columbia. So maybe your shaving cream, maybe I can promote your shaving cream and have people buy it.
Because it's COVID.
You know, since everybody's clean shaving now, since they put that out.
Because it's right. Glenn, by the way, I absolutely want to make a PSA side note commercial about doing a PSA with the shaving cream, specifically targeting how COVID has created this new standard of having to shave because it's a health risk now. So side note,
the whole reason.
So shaving is the health risk, or not shaving is
not shaving is the risk. You have to shave, you know.
So that's funny that you mentioned that, because the reason why the DC Fire Department has changed, it used to be able to, the policy was you could have a 1/4 inch of facial hair on your face, but now that COVID-19 has affected that, because we had to get test fitted for the N95 mask.
Oh, I don't care.
So that's why they say, oh, well, everybody's got to be clean shaven now because the N95 mask, if you have facial hair, it'll break the seal.
Yeah, it's got to be like skin tight. Yep.
Yeah,
and that's the same thing we have in the military, and that's why the military has been like clean shaven for like the last 100 years, because you can see in pictures during Civil War, Revolutionary War, even World War I, they had beards. But during World War I, over in Germany, when they were throwing mustard gas and the masks wasn't fitting skin tight because they had beards. They were from wherever the fuck joined the U.S. Army, and it was still seeping in the mask because of the beards. So that's why
because the fit test.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have fit tests once a year. So they started doing the fit test for the N95s, and they're like, well, facial hair is going to be, it would disrupt the seal of the N95 mask.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yepers.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, man. If you're a guy who's got, 17 boxes of hand sanitizer, you're gonna make money. If you're somebody who's, selling shaving cream and that becomes a new thing, like that's an opportunity. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like this is, for most people, it's like, oh, freeze, fuck, I'm stuck, I'm gonna lose money. And for people who are like, what are the opportunities that, not to exploit, but to be like, what are the things that people are not gonna spend money. People still have fucking problems. People still gotta fucking fix problems. Money just happens to be the way to fucking fix problems for most people. But if you can't go out of your house and you need to be healthy and, you're not eating the right food, like there's so many things that, like, in a crisis like this, you're still gonna need to keep up with. How the fuck are you gonna do that? Unless someone's out there figuring new problems out,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man, but you got a kid and shit. So I'm saying, I think your biggest challenge is to figure out how to monetize your child. No bullshit. Figure out how to make that kid your cash cow.
What in the actual fuck?
Get that kid on a viral video, man.
Yeah, I want to see that kid pooping on the top of your head.
Dude, I want to see daily footage of Gabe and Gabe's dad. I want to see a daily vlog, bro. Let's think outside the box here. Who's got a kid right now that's in the COVID virus? You know, you're in a 0.1111 percentile, dude.
Dude, Glenn, you realize
leverage.
Dude, you realize your kid's birthday is like 4 years from now?
His birthday is going to be on the 1st, if not on the 29th. Yes, my kid's a leap baby. Born.
Are you going to celebrate it every 4 years?
No, we're going to celebrate his birthday on the 1st. We're not going to be assholes about it.
Like, well, your birthday is not 4 years from now.
No, I'm not going to.
He'll live like 300 years. If you celebrate once every 4 years, he'll live forever, dude.
Mathematically, yes, he'll be 300 when
he'll be like 15 years old and be like 35.
Okay.
Or 45.
I wish I never talked to you guys about this.
Why? Because we're assholes?
Yeah, because we're assholes.
Hey, grade A assholes.
Hey, grade A.
Hey, Gabe.
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 Did you just make a joke about your son? What the heck?
Hey, Gabe.
Is that the official first joke about the boy?
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Zombie Squad's newest member. Still shitting his pants.
Yeah. I have like a 7-part fucking miniseries Zombie Squad episode about the whole birth coming up.
I'm sure we're all at the edge of our seats waiting to see that.
All right, so I guess to close out, TechFall, what do you think, what is your next agenda within the next 24 to 48 hours? I know you got work, so you can talk about that, but like,
this is a good opportunity to learn my job. That's what I've been doing on my spare time when I'm not working on music, or like I was gonna touch base on what Don said about, I'm cracking open the books again. Like from me, there's gonna be a promotion exam in the next 2 years. This promotion exam just got postponed, and so a lot of guys have more opportunity to study and learn a job, and this is a good opportunity to do that. So I've been cracking open the books and highlighting stuff on my computer and learning my district. So that's what I'm going to do for the next 24 or 48 hours.
Okay.
And try to get this book together that I need to get together. So by the time the promotion exam comes up for me, I'll be already like 10 steps ahead of the game.
So your agenda is starting off your agenda is to get promoted.
Yeah. Okay. Get promoted, make more money, become a supervisor. Like that's what my professional goals are, besides just making music. But I do have a profession, a career as well. So that's what my main focus is. And I just got transferred to a new district, so I have to learn that. So it's kind of, I got to learn 2 jobs in one. So, and still continue for physical fitness and health wise, like just eating healthier. I know a lot of people during this quarantine aren't eating as healthy, because their options are limited. But there is, like, if you go to the grocery store, there is a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables, because people have ransacked through all the fucking junk, because that's what we do as Americans. Like, we like food that will last a long time, but if you go to the grocery store and look how much fresh fruit and vegetables are out there that people are not taking advantage of.
Okay.
So that's what, there's still a lot of healthier choices out there. So just try to eat healthier in the next 24, 48 hours. Try to learn my job, be a better fireman.
Okay.
That's what my goal is for the next 24 hours. And and work out at home. You know, I got a bike I'm gonna utilize, and I heard it's supposed to be some nice weather tomorrow or the next 24 hours. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't know what the rest of the world is gonna do, but that's me. That's all I got.
Well said.
Mickey, next agenda?
I mean, the next agenda. So, yeah. Currently in the middle of, running an immunity promotion for my e-commerce business. Anybody's interested in boosting their health, getting an immunity pack, get some twist tubes loaded with 1,111% vitamin C and hand soap that's actually immunity defensive against all kinds of crap that's out there right now. Go ahead and visit www.amway.com/myshop/Oracle ORCL Health HEALTH.
Links
And link will be in the description. And got all kinds of new, exciting, fun things ahead, and can't wait to zombie squad it up pretty soon and tell you all about it.
We're gonna zombie squad this shit up, boy.
Zombie squad this shit up. More music coming out. My next agenda, obviously, second seasons of Rogues Gallery coming out pretty soon. Sinister Infinite soon after that. I haven't been able to post jack shit with Zombie Squad because of the kids. So eventually I'll be able to put some new episodes out soon. Quarantined, man. So I got plenty of time to just write, edit, pre-produce, develop, schedule, and just sit back, relax, maybe shoot some shit in the basement. But other than that, it's going to be zombie SquadCAST as far as the next month and a half goes, and just, cuddle with the wife.
Zombie squad that shit up, bro.
Zombie squad that shit up.
So Zombie squad cuddles up with the wife, bro.
So check it out. Thanks for watching. TechFall, Mickey, live and direct. Nelson here with Zombie SquadCAST. Like, subscribe, share, comment, ring the bell, get the notifications, and thanks for watching.